Oh, right.
Dwayne Johnson.
Wayne Johnson.
I got
By the
one.
way, when you talking about doctors, we were really sketched out by the vaccines. And I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not educated enough on vaccines to know whether all the hype about them being bad is warranted. And I don't know. I know there's a benefit. Obviously, vaccines came around for a good reason. My whole take on it is I don't want to overload my baby and have her go into vaccine shock, which may or may not be a thing, but it seems kind of common sense. Why give your baby 6 shots when you can give them two? Spread it out.
Spread it out, and
Yeah.
that's what we're doing too. Like you said, vaccines are around for a reason, and I mean, me and you are vaccinated, right? We're fine
Yeah.
for the most part.
That we know
And
of.
yeah,
Government could be controlling us, bro.
that's fine. If they want to chip me and figure out what I'm doing all day, then good for them.
Yeah.
But like you said, spread it out. I don't think there should be a problem. I'm not a fucking doctor, so I don't know, but I mean, Cooper's getting vaccinated. He's going in. He was going in every 2 months. Then now it's like I think he doesn't go back in until 9 months.
Right.
And
Maybe like
then
12 months, something like that.
yeah, so they're spreading it out. They know what they're doing. I'm gonna trust a lot of doctors than a lot of people that have their own YouTube channel saying how vaccines are bad. And I got my first round of the coronavirus vaccine already.
You did. Okay.
I just got it like last week, and then I'm going back in 2 weeks to get my final shot. I mean,
Nice.
it's there, right? I'm more scared of the virus than I am of the vaccine, so
Yeah.
I
No,
I don't see much difference for. I mean, vaccines help. Otherwise, polio and all that shit would still be a problem.
yeah, no joke. And that's how I feel about it. I just really feel bad about all those chemicals going in at once. And I don't like the metals. I know I'm big at not having metal in your body, but if that's what needed if that's what's needed to get the vaccines into the body and that's how they make them, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I don't like it, but what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna argue.
Right. And I'm
But
definitely not going to be one of those parents that are anti-vaxxers and then have my kid be fucked up in the future
yeah,
for not getting the vaccine.
right.
And just like any other vaccine, there's a small risk. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't always go as accordingly. It doesn't always go follow the plan, but it's a risk that I think everyone should take. And it's so far it's working out.
Yeah, and I think that small risk that you talk about, it's always there. You read it on the paperwork, they talk about it. When you're a parent of a kid at that age, that small risk looks huge to you. So you're going to
Absolutely.
amplify that, you know?
Right.
And so you are projecting a lot of things into that very small risk that makes it seem a lot worse, and you're really sensitive, and then your baby cries because of the shot. So it's already a
Oh my
negative
God.
experience and horrifying. I mean, it's awful. Awful.
So speaking of the shot or multiple shots, are
Yeah.
you in the room?
Yeah, I'm holding her.
Yeah, me too. I gotta hold his arms down, and it's the worst. It's the saddest, like loudest cry they've ever done.
Pure, it's like pure, just
And
they
then
do not like it.
it's one of those screams where they get quiet for like 5 or 6 seconds because it's just building up and building up and
Yeah.
building up,
And it's-
and then they just let it out. And then as a parent, you're just like, no, why can't I take that instead? Like for them.
I hate that whole experience, and I think that's another thing that parents have against it. It's just a really bad experience.
It's terrible. So at our place right now, because of the pandemic, only one parent is allowed in the doctor's office. And
What?
if yeah, and if there it's if the if Cooper's getting shots that day, Bethany's like, I'll wait in the car. I'm not going in. I can't deal with it. So she makes me go in there. I gotta deal with it. And
Damn,
it's
daddy's
the
doing it.
worst. It's the worst. You just want to take all that pain away and you can't. Nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. No, I hate it. There's nothing good about it, and you're right. And the other thing that's been fucking with my head with the vaccines is every time she's gone in for them, she's come out and her whole entire sleep cycle changes.
Yes.
The first time she was taking 2 naps a day, then she went in for those like it was the I think it was the 9 month shots. She went down to one all of a sudden within that week. Her whole like everything was different. You could tell the chemicals are doing something. And I did not like that. That makes you really question it. You know it's good, but why is it messing with their sleep cycle? That's something that I love to research if they have any evidence of it because it happened again where her whole sleep cycle got jacked up from this last round that she did. But a neighbor of mine who's a nurse, she handed over to me this paperwork from a doctor that recommends a scheduling out of vaccines. And it got to us a little late, so we're now starting to follow it, but it's a little late in the game. But I'll post a link to that too, as well down in the description of that vaccination plan to spread them out for anyone who's concerned about putting too many shots into one, which I definitely think is a real concern. I mean, if you have the option to spread them out, spread them out.
Why
Just
not? Why not?
why not? So I think that's a big thing. I still feel like really bad about it. Like you said, it's a miserable experience, but at the end of the day, you got to do it.
Right.
You got to do it.
Otherwise, if worst case scenario happened because you didn't,
Now what? Yeah,
there's no turning back from that.
yeah,
You're just you fucked up.
yeah.
And I'm
And I
not
would
gonna
just
take that
say
risk.
have a plan. Like be solid. Either if you have a good relationship with your doctor, like be on the same page with your doctor about this. Because I wasn't, and I went in with an idea of what I wanted from the vaccines, but I didn't know enough. And so the doctor started recommending things, and you get in that room, and then you kind of just start trusting everything. It's something about being in that room. You sort of just say yes to everything, and you kind of drop your guard in a way because like you're kind of like giving all the responsibility to the doctor because they know what they're talking about, or
Their
they
job.
should.
Yeah.
But I would just say like if you don't want to have regrets after the fact, like try to get like just be honest with your doctor and tell them your concerns. That's why the link that I'm going to post I think is important because having a clear plan of how you want to spread them out is going to help you because I didn't. I gave in. I went in there thinking I knew what I wanted, and before I knew it, she was taking 4 shots, and I didn't like it. And after I was like, damn it, why the fuck didn't I say something? I was like, I knew what I wanted, but I got in there, and she was like, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm a doctor, basically. And so I went along with it, and I'm sure everything was fine. But inside, I'm like, damn, I didn't control that situation as the father like I wanted to.
Right.
And so if I have to do it again, that's definitely going to go in with the knowledge and just being before any shot is administered, being on the same page with your doctor. That because the last thing you want to do is walk out of that doctor's office thinking like you didn't say or voice the concerns that you wanted to.
Correct.
That happened to me. I'm still pissed at myself for it.
I mean, she's healthy. She's fine.
She is, thank God. Like I'm so happy how healthy she is. And another thing is we're taking some vitamin D supplements because that helps fight with corona. And also she's not getting outside enough. I think Cooper probably
Right.
gets enough sun though.
Last couple days, but not really. Like we've been inside a lot. We just moved to this place about a month and a half ago. It's been
Yeah,
shitty weather.
yeah,
I mean, San Diego, like it's even if it's a little sunny, it's still chilly, and you're not trying to hang out outside.
yeah, I get that. I
But
get that. Today was beautiful. We went outside for a little walk today in the sun.
today we went to Fiesta Island. He was loving it.
Yeah. But you
But
might want to look into those vitamin D shots. I mean, ask your doctor if he's deficient. But for us, she was a little deficient in that and iron because Megan's anemic. So we do some iron and do vitamin D, like this liquid vial. It looks like a CBD thing, and you put it in their bottle. But she only breastfeeds, so we got to kind of just put it sublingually, just right into her mouth. So that's a process, but you got to do it. You got to do it. So
right,
yeah, that's
much
another.
easier for us. We'll just throw it in the bottle.
Yeah, yeah. That's you think that you're not getting all the benefits because it's not breastfeeding, but there are also benefits to bottle feeding too. You can put those vitamins in the bottle because if we try to put it in her water, she tastes it and she
Right.
won't drink the water. So
And the thing is, we saved a lot of breast milk and put it in the freezer, and we tried to slowly introduce it back into his bottle, but I think we tried twice, and he just
yeah, it's
hated it.
yeah, it's tough to do that.
Hated it.
Well, because once their gut gets used to something, once you
Yeah,
switch, it's like
exactly.
shock to the system, man. It's like a lactose intolerant person eating cheese or something.
Right. That's exactly how I felt
Yeah.
for him. Like it was just no good, and we're just like, fuck this. We're throwing away the breast milk. We're sticking to formula.
Look, I'd say even more reason to do the sign language and stuff because they say babies who breastfeed like have an advantage with their brain growth. So you better do everything you can to like make up for that.
Right.
in my opinion. So
Right.
that communication is like the first thing is like if you can communicate with your baby, that's how they fucking learn, man.
Yeah.
So I just say even more important. That's I'm not a professional. That's just how I feel about it, common sense wise.